As you probably know, I bought a BMW 550i as a non-runner from Copart. I removed the engine, I discovered the damage, I fixed the engine by buying a second-hand engine and saving all the parts that I could save from that, including the engine block. I reassembled it and reinstalled it back into the car. There were a few issues, but we got all of those fixed and cleaned the car, and it looks amazing. But unfortunately, this car couldn't stay. I had to sell it because I got bills to pay, and for now, I just hope that I can fix some of these cars, sell them for a little bit of profit, and move on to the next. And speaking of the next, I got something else to replace it. And this is what I've found: a BMW 750i 2013 M Sport package. As you would expect, the engine is not running. The previous owner suspects it to be completely seized. He did say that it was running in his ownership, but I don't know about that. It looks like it's been sitting for a long time. The body looks in decent shape. It does have a few scratches and some dents, but that's nothing we can't fix. This car has air suspension in the back, and as you can see on this side, it's completely out of pressure. The engine bay looks all dusty but original, and I like what I see. With the asking price of only $2,000, I decided to buy it. I know, an electric winch would have been so much better, but it got the job done. With the car successfully purchased and delivered home, now it's time to have a better look. The 20-inch wheels look really good. I prefer these wheels over the ones from the 550, and the tires are not so bad. There is a pretty big dent on the back door, but I think we can take that out. The headlights look a little bit cloudy, but we can fix that. And yes, those are fake tailpipes, but they're still quad pipes, so I'm sure it's gonna sound good. On the inside is what I think this car shines. You see how many controls you've got? You can control the passenger seat as well from your own controls. The steering wheel is the M Sport version, which I really like. It has the electric adjustments, of course, and it has ceramic controls, which will not fade, so that's good. The dash is covered in leather, and also the leather on the seats and the center console, it's a little bit better. It's a Napa leather, so it's smoother, it feels more comfortable. In the back doors, you can see you have curtains that you can adjust. The rear seats are very comfortable, and of course you have two cigarette lighters in case you want to light your cigarette at the same time with your partner. And yes, it has a Alcantara roof with leather on the pillars, which is amazing in my opinion. Under the bonnet, as you already know, it's the N63, but you can probably tell that this is the N63 TU because it has two ECUs. That's the biggest telltale sign of the N63 TU version. It is dirty, and we will clean that once the engine is running, but there is a little bit more to that. Let's put it inside and let's check a little bit more on the engine side and see if we can pinpoint the actual damage. This time, doesn't look like somebody worked on it, and that makes me happy. It looks all original. It doesn't look like somebody messed with it, which is really good. I'm happy about that. On the 550, the timing chain guides failed and skipped timing, so the piston ended up hitting one of the valves and broke it. And with this car could be the same. So let's take it apart and put an endoscope down the cylinder and see what's what. And I'm happy to find out that the cylinders look very good. Yes, there is some carbon deposits on the pistons and the valves, but the cylinders look very good all around. So that means the problem is somewhere on the crankshaft, meaning that the rod bearings have seized to the crankshaft. We will take a look down there as well. This car has 150,000 miles on the clock, so I'm actually really surprised to see these cylinders being so clean. Well, the entire engine is really clean inside. I don't know, I think this car was properly maintained and then ended up with somebody that didn't know what they were doing and ended up running it without oil or something. Now I know, in most cases you have to remove the subframe in order to remove the oil pan, but I found a way to do that without removing the subframe, because I just need to confirm what the damage is, and then I think I'm just gonna remove the engine to overhaul the entire unit anyway. Are you ready?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Can you see?
Wow, yeah, it's very amber. Very
It's
nice.
new. That's
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
There is no blackness in it.
Yeah, I see it.
And if you just run it a little bit, it will get black.
Yeah.
Because the engine has the old oil
Yeah.
and it will mix with that. And
But
it
that
gets...
means this hasn't even been run.
Yeah, somebody put in the oil and never turned it on because they probably didn't know that the engine is seized or something, and they
Yeah,
did an
they
oil
thought,
change.
oh, just give it an oil change, grand.
At this point, I'm thinking that the previous owner tried to fix it and then discovered what the problem is, and since it's a big job, he decided to sell it. To my surprise, there are no timing chain guides in the pan, and the oil pickup tube is clear. So I'm gonna take the oil pump out, and hopefully I can lift the engine a little bit and remove the upper oil pan to see the actual bearings. Looking inside the oil pan, I can tell that this engine was maintained really well. The oil was changed regularly and there is absolutely no varnish, and that's a really good sign. The engine mounts need to be unbolted from the subframe. This way we can lift the engine and gain access to all the bolts from the upper pan, and hopefully I can slide it right out. With a little bit of finesse, I was able to take the oil pan completely out, and now I have access to the connecting rods. But first of all, we can see there is a huge coolant leak in the back of the engine, and that can only be one thing, but we will get to that later. Here you can see the con rods, and some of them are regular color and some of them are completely dark. That means those are the spun rod bearings, and this engine needs to come out. That's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and in the next video we will remove the engine and dive deeper and find the actual cause. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey.